Hello friends, this is Jess from J Rose Alchemic Art, back to you again with another video today. I wanted to show off first that the United States Postal Service has evidently left a box at our door, so Prince has decided that this is his new residence. But for now, in this video we are going to be doing a lot of talking about my first convention prep. There was lots of interesting setups with it. I practiced actually about a week beforehand just to make sure that I knew exactly what I was going to do. I made some new clay things like just in time before the convention actually happened, and then just talking about the setup in general. So I hope that you look forward to it. Saying hello to Halloween Town as well. And yeah, we'll go ahead and get started. So one of the first main things that I made sure to have ready, even before like anything with doing a convention, is I made sure that I had a lot of stock of everything. So once I officially got the email confirmation that, oh, yep, this is going to be happening, this is going to happen in July, I made sure that I had a bunch of stickers ready. Thankfully, I'd already had a bunch of stock left over from my shop, so that wasn't too much of a big deal. But I did add like some additional vinyl to some of my stickers just to make them a little bit nicer. Not that they weren't nice already, but just so they could be a little bit more waterproof. I made sure I had a bunch of keychains ready. I actually went ahead and ordered from an online printing service called Catprint to do some new prints on some of my pieces that I'd really enjoyed, including some fan art. And then I also made sure to have a lot of new clay pieces ready. This convention in particular was actually for just like a fan event in general, so nothing specific, whether it be anime or anything like that. So I did want to make sure that I had some fan art prepared, so that's why I went ahead and designed some new pieces with like Hal's Moving Castle. I did some Kingdom Hearts pieces, Kirby, just some things like that that I enjoyed, and I thought that other people would either like to have stickers or art prints of that with my art as well. So as well as preparing all these fan art things, I wanted to make sure I had some original clay pieces as well, just to kind of interest people and kind of gauge like if anyone would really be interested in buying these pieces. So I did make a lot of new ones, like this clay breakfast ghost here. So as you can see, I'm actually shaping the bread for the toast here. I had made the egg, gonna make some bacon here in a little bit, and then actually come with the ghost. But the other thing that I wanted to make sure that I had ready before the convention was just making sure that I had a good idea for my setup. So I actually did plan out about really 2 weeks before I started, but definitely seriously planning the week before, just like how I wanted to arrange everything and how it would look. I had done it was a small little market, a winter market at a local school, and it went well, but it was very small, very low-key. There weren't a whole lot of people that were coming through, and I didn't really know how many people to expect exactly at this market, or at this convention, so I kind of wanted to do like a little bit of a bigger display and include a lot of different things, so that way, you know, I could be prepared in case there were a bunch of people. I did watch actually a lot of videos on YouTube just to kind of prepare myself and plan out like some tips and tricks, things that I might pop up with. There's like an unforeseen incident. So one of the big things that I made sure was to make sure that I had someone go with me, just because it is a good practice, especially like if you need to take a break, if you need to eat lunch, you know, someone can at least watch your table or your booth while you go and, you know, do whatever you need to do. So I actually had my parents come with me for a little bit on both days, and then my boyfriend came with me for a little bit on another day. And thankfully, like, the people that were around us were really nice. Actually kind of became friends with some of the vendors, so that is kind of the other nice thing about doing these conventions and markets and things like that, is you get to meet a bunch of other people that either have similar interests like yourself, or, you know, they're also creators, and it's fun to talk about those things. Another thing that I wanted to make sure that I have was actually to be able to take in and exchange money, so definitely a good thing. I've heard at many conventions, you know, just in case, even though, you know, cash is kind of starting to phase out, but a lot of people actually paid for it at this convention, so I definitely made sure I went to the bank and like picked up a bunch of change, so in case, you know, people brought in 20s or 10s or whatever it might be. And then I also made sure to pick up a square reader, which I had already had at my winter market, but if you actually order one from Square at the time that I did, the little one that you can like swipe the credit card through is actually free. So definitely something I would recommend getting, especially if, you know, not everyone carries cash on them. In this little clip here, I had finally gotten my prints from Cat Print about actually 3 weeks beforehand, so I made sure to order it way ahead of time so I knew that I would have them in time. But they actually turned out really well. I would definitely recommend them. I'm not sponsored or anything, but I would definitely recommend the company if you are thinking about ordering like a bunch of prints, and it was really good quality. I didn't have any like issues or problems with any of them, so here I am just kind of reviewing all of them, seeing another nice thing was they actually sent me extras. I think I ordered maybe 10 of each, and there were like a couple extras even of that, so that was really nice of them to send along with it. Another important thing to prepare for ahead of time is like what kind of setting your market or convention is going to be in. For me, I had actually been to this convention center before, not as a vendor myself, but just been there in general. And so I knew that like the area was very well lit, they were air conditioned, you know, no real issues with cleanliness, things like that. But definitely something to consider, like versus if you have an outdoor market and all of a sudden, you know, it could be really breezy, it could be raining, snowing, whatever might be happening where you live. So definitely something to consider, like if you need to bring like extra support, if you need to bring like a brick or something, if you need to hold like your tent down, things like that. So in this part of the video, this was actually me the week before. I was trying to plan out exactly how I wanted my table set up. So definitely have to consider, you know, a place for you to sit, obviously, but also like vertical real estate is definitely an important aspect as well. So, you know, people as they're walking by, they really might not notice you unless, you know, things are kind of at their eye level. When you actually just have a table, obviously it's a little bit lower, or it could be high, potentially how you arrange it, but definitely something that you want to think about when people are going to be walking by, and like if they have to look down, they could miss you. So that's why I actually got these little pink display stands from Amazon. Super cute, and they work pretty well, but they are kind of a hassle to put together. So also a thing to consider is like how long you're gonna have to like get everything ready before the convention starts. Definitely give yourself like an hour or so if you need it, just to make sure that you're all prepped and ready to go. So another thing is I put my prints up around. I planned out where exactly I was going to have all my products with my stickers, my keychains, my clay things. This was actually me, I think the night before, before the convention started. I made sure to have like all of my things packed up and ready on the side on top of my sticker carrier there. I ended up, you know, cutting out some more stickers and putting some vinyl paper on it so that way it would make it waterproof and pretty nice. So I was all prepped until, and we are ready. I have everything packed, I think, so I got some extra pillows, bags, tissue paper, business cards, components for the stand just in case. Prince is having a grand old time with the Lily glasses are in here, money box, all the rest of the stock is in here with stickers, acrylic pins, enamel pins, all that stuff. So, and extra chairs because they didn't have any yesterday when we were preparing everything, so I'm bringing them just in case we do need them and they don't provide them, but if we don't use them, hey, they're comfy chairs at least. And yep, the boys are just having a grand old time trying to figure out like what everything is out for. So this was my actual display on the day of. I actually forgot my art prints at home, so thankfully my mom was able to run home and grab them for me just in time before the convention actually started. But overall, I think it was a really great first convention to actually participate in. It wasn't super busy, so I still had I made my table fee back, which was awesome. The table fee was $75 for both days, and I actually made that back and then made some profit as well. I think my biggest sellers were definitely, I was actually doing a deal on stickers, so you could either buy one for $3 or you could buy three for $8, so a lot of people took advantage of that. I also sold quite a few clay things. Keychains were also super popular, so I think you definitely have to consider who your audience is and, you know, what is actually happening for your convention or market. So this was me actually after the first day of the convention. Someone had bought my ghost and egg breakfast ghost, so I ended up making a blueberry pancake ghost as well, just to kind of replace it. Another important thing that I learned was just to make sure that I keep track of everything that I sold. For one, it does help to kind of look back at it and see, you know, exactly what was selling at that particular convention, or, you know, things to consider for next time, but also just a way to keep track of profits. So at the very end of the convention, they did actually give us a sheet so that way we could turn in what exactly we made to turn in for taxes to the state of Illinois. So again, something you have to consider whenever you participate in like these sorts of markets or conventions. But overall, I think it was a really good first experience for my first like convention. I definitely think that I did sign up for, there's going to be another one in November, not at the same location, but around the same area. And yeah, I think overall I will probably keep participating in it. I'm actually having a lot of fun doing these conventions and markets, so I really hope that you enjoyed this little peek into exactly what all I did to prepare. And let me know if you have any questions. I would love to help out and answer what I can. Until next time though, guys, I hope you all have a wonderful day.